Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Yashodanandana Brajajanarandana Jamunatiravanachari Jamunatiravanachari Jaya Radha Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Brajajanandana Munatiravanachari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Jai Ho Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajagacharya Stottara Sadasri Srimad Arvind His Divine Grace Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Skan Vividi Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Transcendental Book Distribution Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Bhaktavinda Ki Jai. Gauru Premanandi Hare Hare. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaivam Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayaraye Nashtabrayestvavadresu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Sloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistuke Yamsyanubhavamakhilam Sutisaramekam Madhyatmadipamatithir Satam Tamandham Samsarina Karunaya Purana Guyam Tambyasasonamupayami Gururmuninam. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, The Creation of Fourth Order, Chapter 25, The Characteristics of King Puranjana, text number 40. Pitrudevarsi Martyanam Bhutanam Atmanaschaha Chemyam Vadanti Saranam Bhavesmin Yat Grihasramaha Pitrudevarsi Martyanam Bhutanam Atmanaschaha Chemyam Vadanti Saranam Bhavesmin Yat Grihasramaha Pitrudevarsim Atmanam Martyanam Bhutanam Atmanaschaha Chemyam Vadanti Saranam Bhavesmin Yad Grihasramaha. Pitrudevarsi Martyanam Bhutanam Atmanaschaha Chemyam Vadanti Saranam Bhavesmin Yad Grihasramaha.
Pitrudevarsi Martyanam Bhutanam Atmanaschaha Chemyam Vadanti Saranam Bhavesmin Yad Grihasramaha
Pitrudevarsi Martyanam
Bhutanam Atmanaschaha Chemyam Vadanti Saranam Bhavesmin Yad Grihasramaha.
Pitrudevarsi Martyanam
Bhutanam Atmanaschaha
Chemyam Vadanti Saranam Bhavesmin Yad
Grihasramaha. Pitre, forefathers, Deva, demigods, Rishi, sages, Martyanam, of humanity in general, Bhutanam, of the infinite living entities, Atmanaha, of oneself, Cha, also, Ha, certainly, Kshemyam, beneficial, Badanti, they say, Saranam, shelter, Bhave, in the material world, asmin, this, yat, that which, griha asramaha, householder life. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The woman continued, according to authorities, the householder, not only to oneself, but to all the forefathers, demigods, great sages, saintly persons, and everyone else. A householder life is thus beneficial. Please repeat. The woman continued, according to authorities, the householder life is pleasing, not only to oneself, but to all the forefathers, demigods, the great sages, saintly persons, and everyone else. A householder life is thus beneficial. Purport. According to the Vedic system, when one is born in the material world, he has many obligations. He has obligations to the demigods of the sun and moon, King Indra, Varuna, etc., because they are supplying the necessities of life. We receive heat, light, water, and all other natural amenities through the mercy of the demigods. We are also indebted to our forefathers who have given us these bodies, paternal property, intelligence, society, friendship, and love. Similarly, we are indebted to the general public for politics and sociology, and we are also indebted to lower animals such as horses, cows, asses, dogs, and cats. In this way, as soon as one is born in this material world, as a human being, he has so many obligations and is bound to repay all these obligations. If he does not repay them, he is further entangled in the process of birth and death. The Grihamedi, however, who is overly addicted to material things, does not know that if he simply takes shelter at the lotus feet of Mukunda, he is immediately freed from all obligations to others. Unfortunately, a Grihamedi does not have any interest in Krishna consciousness. Prahlad Maharaj says, Matirna Krishne parata satova mito vipatyet griha pratanam. This is the sloka from Bhagavatam 7.530. A griha brata is the same as grihamedhi. One who takes sex life to be supreme finds action in Krishna consciousness confusing, either due to his own personal consideration or due to his having taken instructions from others or conferring with them. He becomes addicted to sexual indulgence and cannot act in Krishna consciousness. Om Ajnanatimrandasya Lakaya Chakshu Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamai Andadati Supadantikam Bandeham Sri Guru Sri Uta Padakamalan Sri Gurun Vaisnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatan Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sahotam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopisa Gopi Kanta Radha Kanta Namaskate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari वृषभानुसुते देवे प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धो व्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। पितृदेवार्षिमर्त्यानां भूतानामात्मनाश्च क्षिम्यं वदन्ति शरणं भवेस्मिन् यद् गृहाश्रमः। Confirm. I was just thinking about Martyanam. Martyanam, mrityu, is coming from mrityu. In Spanish, the word is muerte. Muerte means death. Mrityu means death. Mrityanam means those who bear death, the human being. This is the reality of our condition, our existence. We, as a human being, not as a soul, but the body, maintaining human body, form of life, one of 8,400,000 species, is rubber stamped as something which is dying, morte, mrityu. So Vedic literatures, they inspire household or living being to live a pious life, to pay respect to all the great personalities on the universe. It simply inspires one to live a peaceful life in coordinates with nature, higher demigods, and give a opportunity to enjoy better life, come out from this mrityu samsara bartmani. So in the varnasrama system, that social division, four social division according to the spiritual and material divisions, sannyasa, brahmachari, grihastha, vanaprastha, these four divisions of life, out of them the main ashram that work on the ground is griha ashram, grihastha ashram. It's a householder life. And householder life, they do a lot of activities. They work very hard, they produce food grains, they fulfill different kind of responsibilities, they perform so many rituals. This is why the ritualistic ceremony comes in the picture, that we need to ultimately earn some pious credit in our life in order to get out from this busy, difficult, problematic working life, so that ultimately you will be promoted to heavenly planets, where you live without any of this external tension. You have just a long life with no big responsibilities or no any external struggle for life. So as long as we simply follow this Varnasrama system and in Veda's instruction performing pious activities, avoiding impious, then this always keeps us simply in this material world forever. This is why Arjun was instructed by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita that these Vedas, if you simply follow, because trying to run away from his responsibilities, immediate responsibility that as a well-known Kshatriya, he has to protect his citizens and accept the challenge from the enemy and then do his duties, establish the principle of Dharma as per the desire of the Lord. But now he wants to follow the Vedic path. I do not want to enjoy the Kimno bhoge, kimno rajyena govinda, kim bhogair jivitena ba. I do not want to enjoy this state. Even if I survive from this war, then what is the point of my being a king when everyone else who I rule are already dead? So Arjuna is trying to take the Vedic path here, but Krishna is trying to bring him back. For you, following my instruction is more important than following all these Vedic instructions. These Vedic instructions are simply talking about three modes of material nature. And this combination and permutation of this mode keeps you upside down in this material world. Sometimes you are promoted to heavenly planet. Sometimes you come down to this material world. You have not seen the lower planetary world so ghastly, very, very, even difficult, even hard to imagine. We have not seen the life down below. Up to the material world here in the Prithvi Loka is okay. We are at least have some common sense in our mind. We try to become nice in the society. We want to do some charity work. We want to help people suffering. Even though materially, at least we try to maintain some peace with our common sense. But imagine the life below this tala, tala, sutala, patala, atala, vitala, where living entities are eternally suffering mercilessly. There is no justice system there. Can you imagine it? Here we have Supreme Court, justice. If Prabhuji punch me, then I can call police. At least some justice is here. But in the lower planetary system, it's really bad. So, Krishna is inspiring Arjuna to come out from this thought, this idea about auspiciousness and inauspiciousness. Come out from this. It sounds odd. Listening, why we should give up this auspiciousness? Let's just give up. Because ultimately this act of auspiciousness that you perform, any activities of punya, it only keeps you in this material world. This is the danger of following auspiciousness. So we need to learn from the scriptures, Krishna's words. Every word Krishna speaks has a very deep meaning, and that brings a big lesson in our life. If you remember, when some of the gopis were checked to come out from their home, when Krishna was inviting them with the flute to have a rasa dance, their family member noticed and they stopped them. Hey, don't come out from this house. This is nighttime. You are ladies. You cannot come out. Don't listen after anybody's invitation. And they were closing their eyes in that intense separation. And Krishna immediately destroyed all their auspicious and inauspicious activities. Zero. And they were there with Krishna in that trance, in the deep trance. So, Bhagavatam, Prahlad Maharaj says, Nunam pramatta kurute vikarma. These all people who are following the path of auspiciousness, religiosity, they are all crazy people. Sounds very awkward. Crazy, pramatta. I was thinking, why they are crazy? They are doing such a nice life. They are very Brahminical. There are so many good people in the society. They live a very life according to the scriptures. But ultimately, that Prahlad Maharaj could see that these people are not listening to the instruction of Krishna. They are eating whatever they want. They are doing all kind of activities. Ultimately, sex is the main goal. They are doing everything for their own pleasure. That is why these people are called Nunam Pramatta. That's why they are called Pramattam, mad people, crazy people. So we can understand from the height of Krishna consciousness that anyone in this material world, no matter how nice externally they look like, externally they behave, but ultimately if we closely watch and analyze, everybody is mad, crazy, very clear. Listening Krishna's instruction, his orders, live a life to please him is a better. That is real life. Then we are aligning the desire of Krishna. Then this is what real oneness, the meaning of oneness is. A lot of people say, oh, like in Mayavada sannyasi system, when somebody takes sannyas, as soon as they get the title of sannyas, they think that I am one with Narayana. There is no fundamental difference between me and the Lord. We are one. Was defeated by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was given sannyas from Mayavada. Who was the sannyasi? Kesava Bharat. He was not a Vaishnava saint, Mayavadi sannyasi, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not change his name as per the Saraswati, Prakasananda Saraswati, like that. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas, young sannyas, 7 head, shining head, and he started chanting and dancing in the street, then Prakasananda Saraswati, actually, he asked him, because Prakasananda Saraswati was the head, very scholarly, great sannyasi of the Mayavada trade. And he asked Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I know you are initiated in our line, but it looks very funny that you are simply enjoying in sense gratification. For them, chanting and dancing is like entertainment, sense gratification. Haribol, Haribol. It's entertainment for them. You should be serious. You study Vedanta, discuss philosophy. You need to invite scholars to argue on the philosophical point and be more serious. What is the problem to you? Why are you not following this full mental this? Be serious. Don't stop. Give up this chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu talked back to him that I know, I agree with you. You are very right. I do not have any deep knowledge. I'm not very serious. But the problem is, my spiritual master told me that number one, fool, I do not have any brain to grasp the knowledge in the Vedanta. So he simply engaged me because of my condition, my situation. He just wanted me to chant Hare Krishna and dance. And he indirectly preached Prakasananda Saraswati that the way you are following Vedanta is just a nonsense, bogus. And this is what Prabhupada exactly said. When The great Mayavadi sannyasi who came to America first time from India, what was his name? Vivekananda? Vivekananda. Prabhupada openly says, if you hear what Vivekananda addressed to the crowd wait, when was that? 1800, right? 18 something. Prabhupada says is simply nonsense. He is speaking simply nonsense and simply bogus. But he drew the attention of so many people all over the world. Even today, people admiration, inspiration from that talk. But if you analyze and see very closely from the Vaishnava perspective, it is simply removing Krishna from the picture. That's it. So, if we do not follow the Vedic path, like this Grihastha ashram, which we are talking here, this beautiful lady is trying to please the man and encourage him that you are such a nice, great, you are following such a heroic life, you are a great hero, because she is now seducing him so that he will convince after her, and then they can enjoy material life. That's all. And punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam. Birth, death, old age, and disease again and again. But in this in Kali Yuga, we do not have Grihastha ashram even well established. All the Grihasthas are struggling very hard. In Bhagavatam it is said Grihastha ashram, Grihastha people who are married, they take shelter in a temples for their livelihood. This is the situation in Kali Yuga. In natural order, when everything is fine, Grihasthas are the one who maintain and sustain all the other three ashramas. But now in Kali Yuga, everything is upside down. Everything is broken down. All the legs of the dharmas are completely broken. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu brought this Harinam Sankirtan, this holy name, because when someone is dying in the hospital, like a young man is struggling in the hospital, they have tried all the other treatment plan. Nothing works. Now the patient is certain to die. They ultimately try very strong steroid medication just to save the life. This is what Hare Krishna Mahamantra is, a steroid to save us from this Kali Yuga. Kali Yuga is degraded so badly, it is fallen so bad. There is no dhyan, meditation, nothing works now. In Satya Yuga, people were all fine, all good. Everything was very natural for them. They were situated in a mode of goodness. So they would take some time from their life, a long time they would go and meditate. They would not hanker about anything else. They would not rush and then after so many enjoyment, but they would be peaceful and meditate thousands of years. And they would reach to the level of Paramatma. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, one who controls over his mind, he can have darshan of Paramatma. But controlling mind is not an easy task in this day and age. That is why we need to use the steroid medication, which is chanting Hare Krishna. That's the only last final solution left to rescue living entities from this material world. After that, there is none. No. There is no other way. That's why it says, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Kevalam. It is why it is said, there is a reason behind. There is no other way. After, like in Satya Yuga meditation, Dwapar Yuga, what was the process in Dwapar Yuga? Did you worship? No, Treta, Dwapar Yuga maybe Havan, Yajna, Kali Kali, Krishna Rupi, Nam. In the age of Kali, descend in the form of holy name in order to rescue the completely fallen living entities out of this material world. So this is like a steroid medication, as I already said, and we have to accept it, this medication, very seriously if we really want to come out from this material world. But the problem is most of the people, they even do not realize that this is hard time. This is they're suffering, they're struggling. They even do not even realize about that. They do not even seek for spiritual help because of too much thick in the consciousness. Maya aparita jnana, completely stolen. It's very serious things. Everywhere people are killing. Somewhere people exploding, car exploding. Crazy people are running into the crowd with their truck, killing a lot of people. It's because they do not have. Shastra only works when we have common sense. If we lose the common sense, then nothing, no remedy works. No remedy works when the common sense is gone. So this process of chanting Hare Krishna makes one at least and make him realize that, yes, this material is a place of suffering. Martyanam is a death. Human being, we are dying. Definitely. So as long as we maintain this common sense and turn the page in the scriptures and everything is talking about ourselves, this is our situation. This is why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performed this pastime of Jarikhanda pastime. That all the animals, they are taking part in the chanting. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew that in Kali Yuga, peoples are not better than animal. If I can make dance to this animal, I will definitely make this animal-like people dance in the holy name of Krishna. See, that was the reason of performing that pastime in the animals. All the animal, they were forgetting their original, the nature of envious to each other and start chanting Hare Krishna along with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that gives him great assurance to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that yes, if this animal can dance in in Hare Krishna, then why not all these people? So how Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very, very thoughtful and very, very merciful and then very, very magnanimous without considering one's external qualifications. When we talk about Krishna, we always be very careful. We try to avoid offenses. If we make some mistake in our service, there may be some seva aparada. But there is no any such external consideration in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission. One is yogya or ayogya. Maybe somebody is qualified or unqualified. Doesn't matter. Simply chant the name, you will receive that blessing. So we need to take complete shelter of Krishna. Just like Duryodhana was telling to his guru, aparyaptam tadasmakam bhisma balam bhisma abhirakshitam. We have enough strength here in this battlefield. We are protected by the great grandfather Bhisma Dev. But on the other side, toidam etesam balam bhima abhirakshitam. But these people, Pandavas, their force is paryapta, means limited. And they are only protected by Bhima. In front of Bhisma is like a tiny baby. Duryodhana does not see that the Krishna himself. That was his mistake. So those who take shelter of Krishna, only, but they are the one who are always protected at all time, all situations. So when we understand this, that Krishna is our real friend, real protector, real things, we can easily stay away from this Vedic auspicious life cycles concept, that we need to come out from this. And then devotional service is beyond all these four varnas and ashramas, and in this difficult situation in Kali Yuga. Sri Sri Gaur Nitai ki. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. But unfortunately, we do not have any taste. That's the situation. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Tava nama grahane bhavishyati, Tava nama grahane bhavishyati. What was the beginning line from for that sloka? Naham Nam namakari bahuda nija sarva saktis tatrar pita niyamita smarane kalaha etadasami tava kripa bhagavan mamapi durdaivami disam na anuraga. So we devotees are aspiring to, all of us are aspiring to take shelter of Nama Prabhu and release that all the taste Krishna has invested inside, and then strongly believe that Krishna is only our protector. We need to come to this level, to this platform, this understanding. Then when we perform any devotional service, it becomes a beautiful offering to the Lord. Then it becomes a pure bhakti. Otherwise, most of the time, if we simply focus on our own well-being, on our own benefit of devotional service, then it becomes again nama parada. It is also offensive to be inattentive while chanting. Understanding so many instructions in this matter, following the same path of life, same old, not giving up on this gratification. So there should be something we have to practice in our life, that we are getting detached from this material world gradually, one after another. We need to look within ourselves and find out where I am so much attached to, what is my disease, what is my root cause of this attachment, what do I need to do. So you are your own doctor. You are your own Vaidya under the instruction of your spiritual master. Guru only can give us the path, do this, follow this. But if we do not do it, then we do not get mercy. We do not receive mercy. In order to receive that mercy, one has to act. Bhakti means to do something, act, action, karma. Hare Krishna. Any questions, any comment or anything? We stop here. I told important thing, this Hare Krishna mantra is process, movement is a steroid medication to save living being going to hell in Kali Yuga. There is no other treatment plan left for us. So this was the highlight today. Any questions? Any comment? Sureshwar Prabhu.
Prabhupada really liked this verse, Prahlad Maharaj, Matirana Krishna, that he quotes in the purport.
Mhm.
And he quoted it in a very interesting way when he was speaking with John and Yoko and George. John says, conversation, he says, well, I don't suppose there's any tunes in the Vedas. In other words, we're interested in music, but this sounds rather tuneless. So Prabhupada said, oh no, there's a whole Veda, Samved. And then Prabhupada starts singing
Gayanti and Samala.
Yeah, but you think he's singing something from the Samaveda. And he's describing the situation of John and Yoko, how they're too attached to sense gratification. It was right around this time when they were, posing in the nude on the cover of their album. And so, and they liked it because they didn't know what he was saying. They didn't know it was about them. But Prabhupada could be very shastric and humorous at the same time.
Yes. The Samavedas are coming from when the Garuda, Pakshi, the carrier of Lord Vishnu, when he fly, the sound of the feathers, Samaveda comes, and Krishna is all the time listening Samavedas, glorifying Krishna. So,
Samaveda is the vibration from Garuda's wings?
yeah, it's coming. Samavedas has appeared from Garuda, Garuda's flying feathers. So that's Krishna is always hearing his own glories. And Lakshmiji once asked, when you lie in the causal ocean, what do you meditate to? And Vishnu replied, I meditate my creation and I become very happy. What happened? Why creation? See, I create this material world and I'm not there. How great it is. Hari Om.
You have to go around to the temple? Yeah.
So, Krishna is giving us some hint. Meditation, thinking, chanting Hare Krishna. Be serious. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Any other thoughts? Any other ideas? Damodar Prabhu? Oh, here. Parameswasa.
I don't have a question.
Yeah, thank you for your once again awesome class. Very, very gets you sober. Thank you, Prabhu, and offering a solution. The solution, the steroid, chanting the holy name. Now, I just have a question. Here we have the woman continued in the previous verse. The woman considered one's material intelligence is described. Now, at the bottom of this purport, I don't know if you can scroll down to the bottom 4 sentences.
You can come here at the altar. Come close. Do your prayer.
See, yeah, all the way down. All the way down. Yeah, there. Okay, so either due to his own personal consideration or due to his having taken instructions from others or conferring with them, he becomes addicted to sexual indulgence and cannot act in Krishna consciousness. So now, is this referring to that woman, basically convincing him that this program will make you happy and he's getting tricked? Is that kind of how that's referring?
Could be both. Come from her, from other, or
Right.
when you see other people doing the same thing.
The reason why I ask this is because I've seen a lot of, I used to train up people on book distribution. I guess I still do, but not to the same extent. And they're almost all brahmacharis. And I see them go through this where they justify it, but you can see it in an irrational way when it really comes down to it. So, of course, they want that. So they find a way to justify it.
Of course, yeah. This is all external excuses, but this is our soldier failing in the battlefield.
Right.
Prove himself. I am right.
Yeah, and then they get association with people that say the same thing.
Something, yeah.
And that's a pretty common thing I've seen.
When our mind, just like water naturally goes down, it always flow down from the top. Mind, it always goes down, degrade, all the way down to the sex. When you elevate your mind by meditation, by practicing chanting or performing yoga or sadhana or anything, take your life here to the top in this. In the chakras, you open all the chakras. You are opening all this nadi, sushumna, ida, pingala, and then take your mind all the way up and then meditate. But something happened again. go to the Muladhara Chakra. It's very difficult. So that's why in Kali Yuga, these all processes are failing. Only holy name is working. Anyone can utter the name, even though they are not attentively chanting, but because of the name had it all potency inside, it will act someday. Inside goes inside and then it start acting in somewhere or other. So association, maintaining, keeping the association, good association is really important. Again, it is a sadhu sangha, sarva shastra kari. That's why it is said. Or we have so many excuses. When I got married, many devotees, brahmacharis say, don't do that. A lot of people have done in the past, then you will be in Maya. Then Prabhu is, in my case, is something different. Not like everybody else. I am different. I am better. Now I understand why I didn't hear and then how full I was. This is proof. Hare Krishna. But devotees, be careful. Hare Krishna. That's all I say. Just be careful. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Anything else? There's a mrityu. It's a mortal world. Here is no happiness without Krishna. No, definitely. This is a proven fact. Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.